Yeah, that's true.
If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man.
Hey. Hi, I'm Star Williams,
And I'm Dylan Ferguson.
and welcome to the Business Partners Podcast.
Dude, that's just how we do it, man.
Freaking awesome. Did you know I was talking to Dawson,
Oh, yeah?
and he actually downloaded SoundCloud just to listen to the podcast.
Oh, I love that. Shout out to Dawson, man.
One of the Ladder Boys.
For real. Listen to the Ladder Boys podcast, but after, well, maybe you listen to us and listen to the Ladder Boys, but at the same time, you know?
Simultaneously. What a way to listen.
Right?
You can have Sam Pomerant in one ear and Dylan Ferguson in the other.
Exactly. Like, oh, I want to try that now.
Not right now, though.
Not right now, of course, but on my own time. You know what? For the next episode, I'm just going to listen to 2 podcasts at once and tell you what it's like.
Well, what happens if we get special guests, though?
That's true. That's true.
What happens if we book the Ladder Boys? Then you'll be podcasting with podcasters while listening to 2 podcasts?
I mean, I was thinking I would do it, like, on my own time and then, like, report back to you. But you know what? We'll just throw on both podcasts at once.
Which reporter are you? Are you like Chet You Betcha or the one from The Simpsons?
Or are you like the one that wants to destroy the planet in Futurama?
I was thinking more of, like, a Tom Tucker, but, like...
Hello, I'm Tom Tucker.
Or wait, no, or maybe it'd be like a...
Good evening, I'm Tom Brokaw.
Right on. All right, so, listen, I've been looking for jobs recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I haven't had the best of luck, but I've been relearning how to do sales.
Sales. Okay.
Exactly. So, I want to do some unsolicited sales advice this week.
All right, then. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
So that way, it's like you're actually listening to business partners. Oh my goodness! I just got an email back for. Oh, thank you. We will be getting back to you shortly. That was in response to my self-tape.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that was unplanned. I'm sorry.
You kind of just manifested that.
I did.
So,
Right, unsolicited sales advice.
I think I might need a little bit of proof. Sell me something. Okay, a pen. Sell me this pen.
All right. So, what brings you to the market?
Well, technically, what brought me here today was the bus, but that's
Such a funny joke.
indeed. But yeah, so what brings me to the market? I don't really know.
Okay. So you would say that you're unsure at the moment?
Sure, yes.
Okay. So if you didn't already have a pen, what would you look for in a pen?
Something that can, last long, potentially.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but can I see that?
Yes.
You want something that lasts long? Let me introduce you to the Pen 15. Oh, God. It'll have a hard, long life.
Oh no, it's shooting blanks right now. Oh no.
Well, that is what a Pen 15 does. All right. So this pen. Yeah, this pen. As I was saying, lasts a long time. I would say it's incredible.
That boy.
So, I know that you're unsure, but is there any specific color that you would enjoy?
Well, I'm a big fan of green, you know?
Well, I have to be agreeing with you, but let me check my stock. I'm gonna go and see if there's any green pens for you, and I'll let you know. I don't see any green pens in stock,
Okay.
which is unfortunate, but I can see you've been feeling rather blue lately. So
I have.
why not try out this blue pen? I've got a piece of paper right here for you.
Okay. Let's see. What am I gonna write? Okay, it works rather well.
That's very legible.
Yeah.
I can see why you would like to use a pen.
Well, my handwriting is it's weird. Like, I feel like it's good but also bad at the same time. Also, I wrote poop because I'm funny.
So, is there any kind of price range that you're looking for?
I'm trying not to break the bank, so 1,500? 1,500?
Well, have I got a deal for you?
Oh yeah.
$694.20.
For this singular pen?
Yes, just $69,420 for you. For you, $69,420.
Oh, for me? Well, in that case, how can I say no? How can I say no?
Like this. No.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's right. That's exactly how you say no. Which brings you on to the unsolicited sales advice, which is never be afraid to say no. That's right. That whole bit wasn't even the sales advice. It was just say no. Hey, wait a minute. That's the wrong kind of this. Oh, oh God. I'm sorry. You can't see this, but all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Do you have any sales advice for the people at home?
See, whenever it comes to sales, what you gotta do, you gotta pander to the person you're selling to. Like, for instance, in our previous exchange, my fellow business partner here said, for you, 69,420. And that made me feel like a special snowflake. And I still do, and I'm gonna ride that high until I'm dead and gone. So, whenever you're selling something, pander.
I hardly know her.
But you should.
Yeah, that's true. Get to know your customer.
Exactly. You see, like, whenever you're trying to sell something to a customer, you have to know who you're selling. One trick that I like to do is just look into their window while they're sleeping. Look at their room. Look at their address. And be like, okay, I have a solid grasp on this person. Don't actually do that. But yeah, just... yeah, I can't believe I have to say this, but there's some people that could benefit from this. Do not stalk people.
Yeah, but you know what? Keep up stock, because you never know when you're going to need it.
Exactly. Like, for instance, out of stock on green pens? Well,
Just sell your blue pen.
exactly.
Screw the customer. He doesn't need a green pen.
Yeah, green pen. Have you ever seen someone with like a green pen? Or like they willingly write with a green pen when there are other colors?
My brother.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I did. Well, how was I supposed to know what color pen your brother uses?
Well, you just don't.
But you see, If I was outside your house, then I would.
Exactly. So keep up stock.
Exactly. God damn it. We're selling great advice. Just say no and stalk people. I hope someone is just like listening in right now, like just from a distance and just being like, what the hell were they talking about?
What's funny is that most of the only people here today are security guards.
Oh, God. Well, we're going to get thrown out.
That's what they do with trash.
We're not trash, we're cool.
You've been telling me all year that you were trash. Have you decided to finally change your mind now that everybody's gone?
Well, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Don't say it. He just mouthed it. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what's going on, but you know what's going on.
So, moving on from sales advice, even though we've only been at it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Friday was really fun. I released a vlog. It was the cow vlog.
Ah, the cow vlog.
Yes. You see, most of it is like reduced, but let's just say every cow we saw, Wind just looked at it and sat there and stared.
That sounds about right. Like, how many times does she burst into tears?
Every time.
That adds up. I would have gone just to see that because, you know, I'm a sadist. But yeah, like, I wish I could have gone, but I had plans that day, I think. What was I doing? Well, I was doing something, but... yeah. But sorry, the cow vlog. Yes.
Yes. We were, I don't know why I brought it up, because, the vlog pretty much says everything. So go watch it. Just go watch it.
And you see, that brings us back to unsolicited sales advice.
Exactly.
Come up with a random conversation topic just so you can advertise yourself.
That's right. Good job, Dylan. I didn't
Exactly.
even pick up on my own sales advice.
You see, you're just such an advanced salesman that you do it naturally, you know?
You're a natural kid. That was a good one. I like that one.
That was good.
I don't know if you could hear the pop through the mic, and it might not even pop up when I put this through Enhance, so...
Yeah, but it was there for us. That's what matters.
Yeah,
That's what
when
matters.
people say, what's poppin', y'all, we say our handshake.
Exactly. I mean, we do have good handshakes, though.
Oh yeah. Dylan!
You son of a bitch. See that?
That one peaked. That one's gonna be great.
Oh, yeah, for real. Like, man, you know, I've been noticing over the year, there's been a birth to a lot of great handshakes, you know?
Yeah, like, how you doing?
Like, it made me think, like, I have so few handshakes with people. Like, I did until, like, now and whatnot, but, like, now I have a bunch. Actually, no, I think I just have one with you and Logan, but...
Which brings us into the next step of sales advice, which is to have a very firm handshake.
Ah, okay. So, how do we do a firm handshake?
So, for those of you listening, extend your hand outwards. Attach hands.
Attach hands.
Shake.
Okay.
You can't see this, but this is...
We're not even, like, grabbing hands. We're just, like, our hands are just next to each other, and they're just going up and down.
very visual gag.
Exactly. But we have to stop with the visual gags. No one's going to pick up on this.
I mean,
No,
it's not like we have any other gags, if you know what I mean.
I have to stop walking into these.
You're sitting down. You can't walk into it.
Can I? I want to see if I can walk while sitting. I mean, technically I can't, but I just wouldn't go anywhere. Now this is like a radio play, you know?
Yeah. For those who couldn't hear, it was more like...
That's it. We're just going full ASMR now. Oh, God.
That's right. That's right. ASMR with the business partners.
On tonight's episode of Saturday Night Live, nothing funny will occur tonight.
That was kind of funny. It sounded like an Alec Baldwin impression.
It wasn't even intentional. Listen, it was a great Alec Baldwin impression. It was fantastic. No one can deny it. No one can deny that you're a great impressionist. At Dylan Ferguson, VA.
Exactly. Shout out to Phil and Nergison. Wait, that's me. Why am I shouting myself out on my own podcast?
Well, because most people find out about the podcast through me.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So, you gotta advertise yourself so that way you have the popularity too.
And that's more sales advice. You see, you gotta advertise yourself. Make sure you're out there.
And kiss your manager's butt.
Exactly. Like, anytime, say for instance, you want more time off or something. Gazoon tight.
That was a cough, not a sneeze. You don't say gazoon.
Moving on. Anyway, so whenever you want like time off, for instance, just be like, Mr. Manager, could I please have some time off? You sexy little thing. You do finger guns and snap, and then they're butter.
And then you get a call from HR, which gives you vacation permanently.
Exactly. And that's how you get time off. I mean, you don't have to go ever again, and that's good.
Now, to be fair, it can also be how you get time.
Time in the big house, sometimes you think, maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah?
Like, hear me out on this. You don't have... Actually, wait.
Do you have some sort of kink that I don't know about? Like handcuffs and being in a cage and...
Maybe. Nah, but, like, think about it like this. You don't really have any... Think of it like this. You're not going to understand this. But in JoJo's Part 6, you see, I can see the eye rolls already. Yeah, like all you do is just fight weird people. It's that simple. Oh, prison is cool. If you go to prison, well, maybe you're not cool, but,
You certainly know how to sell yourself.
And that is how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's the sales advice right there. You know how to sell yourself.
No, you see, this whole thing has been leading up to that joke, is what I'd like to tell myself. But yeah. You know what's one thing I found out about the other day that is so weird, but it's so funny at the same time?
What's up?
Apparently... I saw this on Twitter, but apparently there are Disneyland gangs.
Say what now?
Disneyland gangs. I only, glazed over the...
Well, why don't you join the Goofy Gang?
I'm a permanent member of the Goofy Gang, in case you couldn't tell. But, I found this out, and I was taken aback because... That's so, Disneyland, happy, gangs.
No, listen, Boyle. You might have heard of the clubhouse, but
Have you heard of the clubhouse? Gosh. That's where you're gonna head if you don't keep behaving, boy.
I don't have enough money for a protection fee. Oh, gosh.
And that's how you get into the clubhouse.
And that is what it's like to be in a Disneyland gang.
I love seeing people just walk by.
Yeah,
Nothing weird's going on here.
totally not. We're not talking about gang warfare at Disneyland or anything.
Yeah. And you know what? That reminds me of the next piece of sales advice, which is keep a smile on your face because you're in the happiest place on earth,
Exactly. Yeah.
which in your mind might be Disneyland, and for others it might be death.
Yeah. But even still, like, as someone who's been like a waiter, hardly know her, but no matter what, you always have to be good with people and always have a smile on your face.
Oh, and make sure you have a hairy chest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That was a piece of sales advice from our good friend Dawson, who always said, like, it starts, like, when you know how to calm down the customer, especially if they're of the lady variety. You just unbutton your shirt and expose more chest hair.
My. Yeah, but here's the thing, and this is the problem for us in particular. Neither of us are Dawson.
You're right. Neither of us are Dawson. But if we were to be put together, I think we could be.
Are you saying we fuse?
My apologies, folks. That was the hub being unplugged, so you didn't even hear our joke.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Could I?
Yeah, because I was just like, wait a minute. Why is it a flat line?
Beep, beep,
Yep.
and that's the day the podcast died.
No. Even still, we're going to find, like, our own, like, predecessors. Wait, successors. That's the word. Maybe there were predecessors for the business partners, you know?
Yeah, in the prequel that's coming up, there are predecessors. I have to write that still, but
I can't wait for that.
yeah, it's called Business Partners Rise to Power,
Okay.
which details the story of how Tony and Frank come to be business partners.
I like this.
Yeah, and you know how they do it?
How do they do it?
They kill Dawson.
We've been talking a lot about Dawson today.
He's been on my mind. He's a legend.
That's true. That is true.
I'm sorry, Dawson. Dawson. I was hoping he would show up and be like, what the hell?
No, trust me. He's, like, in the ceiling right now.
They're in the walls.
Where are the walls?
To the windows.
To the window. That's copyright.
But there's no music behind it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just us singing terribly.
To the window.
I do sing terribly.
Walls.
As we found out earlier this year, I do sing terribly, so.
Well, I mean, karaoke wasn't too bad.
That was just because I had enough drinks in me. And also because, I don't know, anytime I'm at, like, a party or something, like, this is gonna sound stupid, but whenever I'm at a party, it's just something awakens. And then I'm just like, okay, it's time to be silly. Billy silly.
Billy silly.
That's what they call me. Billy silly.
Oh boy. What What has this become?
We're slowly spiraling into madness. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next part of sales advice. Don't smoke, kids.
Stop. Don't smoke. Or to quote those random kids that one time, stop bullying.
Oh, from the... Was it a Vine or a TikTok at the time?
I think it was a Vine.
Wow. God, I feel old.
Me too. Like, I remember... I mean, I still quote Vine.
I remember...
I remember. But... I understood that, right? But, like... It hurts me that some people, like, might not know what Vine is today, and that kind of kills me a little.
Yeah, like, Gen Alpha, which is pandemic babies.
Oh, boy.
So I'm pretty sure the oldest Gen Alpha right now is like 3 years old.
That's so weird, honestly. Like, man,
You're thinking of kids and you're cringing.
yeah, because you ever think about just like how, like we thought, like the difference between our childhood and like childhoods of like the millennials, and then you think of like the difference between ours and the Gen Alpha. Like that's kind of
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I was just having this discussion with my mom yesterday.
oh really
Yeah. I think Generation Alpha is going to be a group of non-thinkers because they're going to have AI and everything else able to assist them. So they're just going to be able to ask a question like we were supposed to be able to do with Google. But this time, they'll have an AI give a specific answer.
yeah. Because the thing with AI and whatnot, like, I think it's fun to goof around with a little bit, but and that's the problem with it today, is that once people start to become dependent, then it becomes a problem, because you can't, like you said, you can't think for yourself.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but, you know what? It's like Terminator's coming to life, man.
I smoke my stogies wherever I want to.
And wherever you want to is on Dawson's porch.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a callback to episode 1.
And I'm not talking Star Wars.
Exactly.
Except for this voice. Hey, Tony, how are you? I'm doing alright.
Someone else just walked by.
Why is it that at the weirdest points in the podcast, someone always walks by it?
It's probably just like, you know, the people up above just being like, okay, we're going to make these guys look weird, you know? It's just like, okay, send someone in. Send someone in.
No.
Like, man, no, we're just going to be talking about something like super fucking weird. And then someone's just going to be like, show up right next, like right at the doorway. And be like, oh, is something going on in here? No, it's going to be a security guard next time. You know what? Well, I'm not going to bet money on it because I'm broke, but if I had money, I would bet on it that the next person to walk by would be a security guard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a reason we do this podcast behind closed doors.
exactly, you know, based on our advice today, you know, look in people's windows, just say no, just that kind of shit. God damn it.
Which brings us on to our next piece of sales advice. Never wait till you're behind the closed doors to close the deal.
Exactly. Elaborate.
Because if you close the deal and behind closed doors, actually, you know what? I retract my advice. I want to say make sure the deal is done behind closed doors, because then you can't get them out of it, and you're guilt tripping them now.
Guilt tripping like a proper salesman.
Exactly. You got to keep pestering them and saying, "Listen, I've given you all the sales advice I can. This is for you."
Exactly. See, and that's another bit of sales advice. We just touched on it a little bit. But if it's going south, guilt trip them.
Go north.
Yeah, just be like, oh, I'm sorry that this product sucks. I'll just throw it out like the garbage it is. And then they'll be like, well, wait a second. You can't just throw it out. And then you can be like, oh, yeah, but it doesn't have a purpose. And they'll be like, you know what? It has a purpose with me.
Yeah. And they may have a more humorous response. And keep that in mind, is that if you're dealing with a funny customer, you got to match their funny. So, like, for example, if they're going to say, well, then throw it out then. And it's like, say this: I can't throw it out like an 80-year-old's back.
Exactly. And that brings us to another point. Match your customer's vibe, you know? Because if there's one person that a customer likes, it's themselves, you know?
That's true. So, here's the other piece of advice then. Be autistic so you can mirror them. God damn it.
Why do I do this?
People went around the year thinking you were the unhinged one.
It's just no, it's gonna.
We're gonna get thrown out of
Like an 80-year-old's back.
Exactly. It reminds me of one time, like it was actually like the week before school started, but a buddy of mine and I were just hanging out on campus because he lives like a few minutes away from here. And we were in the botanical garden just talking about stuff. And then a random security guard just comes up and is like, hey, what are you guys doing? And we're just like, oh, we're just chilling here. And he's just like, okay, leave. And we're just like, okay. Which it's a concerning amount of times. This is not where I say gazoon tight, as I figured that out earlier. Another bit of sales advice: don't say gazoon tight whenever someone coughs.
You say it when they're sneezing. You just don't say anything.
But what is a sneeze? What's a sneeze when you think about it?
Hey, Vsauce. Michael here.
What is a sneeze? Man,
It's when I choose you.
that's how you do it.
Yep.
Yeah. And more people are walking by. La da 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 da. Do you ever just realize like how many like grunge bands from the 90s, like they all kind of have like a bit of a similar voice, you know? Like, I was talking to my sister about this, and we were just thinking like, man, sometimes like Eddie Vedder, and I forget his name, but like the front man from the Stone Temple Pilots, I remember I was listening to Interstate Love Song, and I was just like, wait a minute, why does this low-key kind of sound like Eddie Vedder?
Which leads us into the next bit of sales advice.
Small tangent, but yeah.
Band together, I guess.
That's how you do it. You see, there's probably like sales unions or something like that.
Yeah. You know what? Join the union. That's what the advice is.
Exactly, yeah. If there's a union, join it, because unions are cool and they protect people. From what you may ask?
That's right. That's our other piece of advice.
Yeah.
You know where this is going? Get protection.
Or else you might end up with something like me 19 years down the line.
Oh, boy. You might end up with a podcast.
You might end up with two dumbasses doing a podcast out in the open on a college campus on Victoria Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised because, usually people put fireworks off on the weekends, like when there's a holiday during the week. Yesterday, I heard no fireworks.
Really?
None.
I heard so many fireworks.
It had made me think, are people finally acknowledging what Victoria Day is?
Exactly. But the thing was that my night was interesting because I was hanging out with some friends, right? And then I get back home, and then I get a text from some different friends who are like, hey, Dylan, want to hang out? And I'm like, okay. But the thing is, it was kind of like one of those, it's one of those instances where you just miss someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just walking around my neighborhood for 40 minutes trying to look for them. And it was the most frustrating thing ever because I was like, okay, where the hell are you?
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. More Blink-182 words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I only knew, where are you? That's all I knew.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, I don't listen to them.
That's fair. I mean, what kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to a variety.
Same here. Like, are your playlists also an absolute mess?
Let me pull it up, bro. Let me pull it up, bro.
Okay.
Let me pull it. You gotta let me pull it up, man. You gotta let it. I feel it time while I pull it up. Hear what about? It's called the mix, boy. It's 10 hours and 30 minutes long.
Well, my playlist is 43 hours and 42 minutes long.
Well, that's because I don't listen to music that much.
Like, let's see, what kind of stuff do I have on here? Okay.
Well, you know what the number one on there is? Keep yourself alive.
No, that's fair. I love Queen.
And then I know somewhere throughout I have one that's Don't Try Suicide.
Next bit of sales advice. Don't try suicide.
That's right. Don't be killing yourself out there.
Exactly.
You gotta make sure you're steadfast and to the point.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I have a lot of alternative, a lot of rock, a little bit of rap.
Oh, like that. I also have Yellow Submarine in my playlist,
Nice.
which is followed by a bunch of Billie Eilish.
I've barely listened to any Billie Eilish. I'm always looking to, like, branch out in, like, my music taste and whatnot. Like, because most of it's just, like, it's a lot of rock and just a little bit of other stuff, Like, a lot of jazz.
I have Feliz Navidad by the Wiggles.
Oh, my God, that's great.
And then, If I Were a Rich Man.
Man, I hate that the first thing that comes to mind for me with that, it isn't even like Fiddler on the Roof.
It's Alfred Molina.
It's Alfred Molina, yeah.
This is actually his version of it. That's in my playlist.
Oh my God, I love that. Should we play this?
God. You made many, many poor people.
Which I find at first he sounds like Donald Trump when he says it.
No,
You made many, many poor people.
So what would have been so terrible?
We're all right to play this on here, right?
Oh, we're a small podcast. It doesn't matter. We're talking over it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
If I were a rich man. All day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man.
Oi!
That's it. We're turning into a musical podcast.
I know what's going at the start of the podcast now.
Nice. We have our opening bit.
If I were a rich man.
Admit.
You know what? Brother, I'm going to say about 5 more minutes.
5 more. Okay.
Yeah, and then we can end it because we're at 40 minutes here.
Okay then. Okay, that's good. That's good length. That's good length.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Well, actually, I think 46 minutes that's pretty long. Like that's like 46 minutes longer than what I can do. I'm gonna die alone.
Oh, don't say that, good sir. I don't think that.
That's the next bit of sales advice. Don't die alone.
No, don't die with alone. That's the sales advice right there. Don't die with alone.
Yeah.
Die alone all you like. Don't die with alone.
Exactly. You don't go down with the ship.
Don't leave any debt for your family.
Exactly. Because debt isn't cool. And if you do need to pay off your debts, next bit of sales advice, rob a bank. Like, if you want money, there's no better way than to, like, rob a bank.
Here's the thing with that now, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that banks don't really have a lot of money in them anymore?
Do they not?
No.
Huh.
I think it's only, like, I know, prospectively, if you didn't have any money, this is a lot.
Yeah.
But they only carry about 20 grand in each bank now.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that does remind me of an interesting story. So, on the note of banks and money, there's an ATM near me, and it's like the only one that's like close other than that one is like way down the road, like Maribel Mall. But, however, someone thought it would be a good idea to blow up the ATM. Like, actually blow it up with a bomb.
When did this happen?
This was, like, late last year, early this year.
How did that... Did it make the news?
I don't know. Maybe it did.
Well, then again, it's the Maribel Mall, so it might not have
No.
made the news.
No, it wasn't the one at Marivelle Mall. This was the one closer to me. This was like a...
Okay.
There we go. Exactly. I'm not going to dox myself, but yeah, it was... Because I remember... there'd be times whenever I still had, like, my old job and whatnot, because I would get, like, a lot of cash and bills and whatnot, and I'd just go to deposit. And I remember the first time I walked there, and I was like, why is this boarded up? And then I texted my parents, and I'm like, why is it boarded up? And they were like, oh, someone blew it up with a bomb. And I was like, a bomb?
It was made with a bomb. In a bomb factory. What's the exact quote for that?
I don't remember, but one of my friends, he has a history of making poorly timed bomb jokes at airports. And I don't know if he's gotten in trouble for it yet. I'll have to ask him. But he just keeps making bomb jokes in airports just to see what happens.
So what you're saying is also don't bring him on the radio because of his plosives. His explosives.
Exactly. Like, I would not bring that man on here. He's...
You know, any friends you want to bring on anytime, man.
You know what? I'll consider it if any of them want to, because apparently I didn't tell them until recently about the podcast, and they were,
Really?
yeah, and they were just like, they were so caught off guard by it. It's just like, you have a podcast? And I was like, did I not tell you?
What, do they just think this unfunny guy has a podcast?
Exactly. Like, I have to be funny somewhere, you know? Fishes gotta swim, birds gotta fly. I have to attempt to be funny. Kind of fail from time to time, but yeah, you know.
Will fail from time to time. First, all about timing.
First attempt at learning.
First attempt in learning, because that would be fall.
And that was a fail, but I learned from it. So that's my first attempt in learning.
All right, and with that being said, I've been Stark Williams.
And I've been Dylan Ferguson.
Pleasure doing business with you.